I enjoyed a lot. And I mean, there's a lot of albums, like if anybody's listening to this, that, just didn't get mentioned, like Action Bronson, like I like his project, you know what I'm saying? There was a lot of good albums, more than even what we squeezed into like our top 5, and I thought 2015 was packed with, with a lot of good stuff. So I was a big fan of 2015. I hope 2016 is the same, if not better.
Yeah.
Word. I'll let Zoe speak his piece. But yeah, Ray. And this is really for like a lot of people our age, or maybe a little younger, or maybe a little older, that are just kind of stuck in that radio format, and they're getting their music that way, and they're unsatisfied and unfulfilled. But you got to just dig a little deeper, man, and you might come up with some stuff you like. You know what I mean? I think 2015 was a pretty good year as far as like the strength and quality of music. Like, yeah, sure, it was a lot of stuff that was just like all over the place, and we already spoke about like music streaming and the mass production of just albums, people that shouldn't even be making albums, right? But it was some really good stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, really good stuff.
And like piggyback off of you, to me, it's like, because I was there at that point where, especially in the mid 2000s, early 2000, mid 2000s.
You were that angry dude.
What I mean? And I think we all had that semi phase at one point during the early 2000s.
Absolutely.
But it's like, at this point, we already know that what you're going to like is not probably going to be on the radio. So where I find my music now is word of mouth, whether it's through brands, whether it's through Ray or through social media. Is okay, this is a dope artist. Like, I didn't know about Odyssey to Brandon to put me on Odyssey. And then from there, I put Ray onto Odyssey. So it's like, you have to look, you know what I mean? Because there's great talent there, but if you don't look, then you're going to be that dude like some of our friends are who said, oh, hip-hop is dead, nothing's good, all is trash. And there's so much wealth of talent there. And you just got to be willing to expand your horizon at this point. Cause
y'all work a little bit.
Yeah.
Because you know what it is? We spoiled.
Yeah,
we didn't have to work.
Exactly.
We didn't have to work.
We were spoiled.
We didn't have to work to find it.
You know what I mean?
Now
you had AZ, who might not have been the biggest artist, but we still had AZ on the radio.
Right.
Next to Nas, who was a mega star then. Right. You had Snoop, but you had the Dog Pound, and you had a selection there, which the younger generation is not accustomed to. But we gotta look, because there's no excuse at this point. If we have especially with the streaming, especially with social media, you can find whatever you want to find. A niche where if you want 90s hip hop, golden era, you can go back to Joey Badass. If you want something more genre bending, you can go to a Kendrick, you can go to a J. Cole. So you can't really say there's nothing good now, because there's no excuse at this point.
And Armand, I'll let you can finish it all, but like I say Ken Starr for like lyrical purposes. I made the Illmatic correlation, and I stand by that. But a lot of people, to me, it's like people listening to the radio still all day, every day. That's how they consume their daily music, and they ain't complaining though. Like, oh man, ain't no lyricists out here on the radio. But I'm like, man, you late. Like, to me, that's like going into the produce aisle in the supermarket and you yelling like, where the hell is the meat?
Where's the organic shit?
You know what I'm saying?
Aldi's talking about where Whole Foods and organic stuff. Aldi's, man. Like, Aldi's.
Like, yo, you gonna find bananas and fruit, man. You're not gonna find steak where you at right now. You know what I mean? See, all my man, send us off, man.
And I think that got something to do with, people be stuck in their ways, you know what I mean? I had to learn from that. Like, I remember you told me, you was like, man, you ain't gonna find it over there. I'm like, man, ain't nothing. So now, I'm on a tip, like, I'm in a box. Like, when I get in my car, it's like everything I want to hear. And if I'm on my phone or something, I'll play my phone in my car. It's everything I want to hear. It's like, so I'll be like so out the loop what's going on, music-wise, unless I like get on Twitter or have a conversation with somebody about a particular topic. But other than that, I'll be so in the zone, and I change up my rotation in my car every 2 months. So for like 2 months, I'm consistently playing like 4 or 5 albums in rotation. Because every 2 months I change up, play like Black Moon one time, and I'll play like some new AZ, or Tribe Called Quest, some Jill Scott, something like that. So I'm always in a different rotation, but I'm in a happy space though. Like I kind of got there like where Brandon at, like I don't need to find like a bunch of new dudes coming out rapping for me, because they I'm 34 years old, so I know the majority of rappers are coming up, not, aiming at my, age demographic. So, I'm not teaching that. I got enough science in my collection that I can just, relax off that, and just listen to somebody else come out hot. I still be following terminology though.
Yeah,
terminology still be bringing that heat.
Hey, Ray, you want terminology?
Style and Currency. The Currency just dropped the new joint. That's on fire, man.
Currency's another one. I thought his name was gonna come up more tonight.
Listen, and he had an album in 2015.
I thought Crit and Currency was gonna come
up
tonight.
Crit was more 2014.
He had mixtapes though.
Well, they had mixtapes, but
hot. You didn't get it.
I know that's on the album you listened to. But Pilot Talk 3. If you didn't listen to it, listen to it. I mean, he got Kiss and Styles on there, but here's a dude where a lot of people kind of like sign him off. But if you listen to his interviews, he's MC because he'll break down stuff like and you wouldn't know based off his rap that he's probably one of the biggest Tribe Called Quest fans ever. Very well-rounded individual, but he knew his lane. You know what I mean? And even with his lane being mostly weed raps and cars, old school Chevys and everything else, how he breaks it down, how he visualizes it, how he paints that picture. You know what I mean? The ultimate chill rapper.
Yeah, word, man.
Yeah,
Fellas, man.
Definitely. He said one of his favorite verses was Nature. I'm in the crib playing NBA 2K for $2 a game. Let me polish my game. I was like, yo, he said he listened to Nature. I was like, oh man, I'm sold on Younger.
Yeah.
I'm like, we listen to quote one of Nature's mixtape songs. I'm like, oh yeah, he's a hip hop head.
Heavy. Yo, Ray, I don't know if you want terminology, man, but we heavy advocates for terminology on the podcast as well, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm very behind on, like, outside of, I think he was on the Static Select album, the Lucky 7, but I'm very behind on him.
Yeah, check him out, bro.
1982 albums. Him and Static Select had 2 albums together.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know where to begin with him with terminology. Just Google it. You know what I mean? Just find it on your own and whatever tickles your fancy. He just got so much stuff at this point. But he's like a young guy still. Like he's a little older than Cole and them. You know what I mean? But he's not Jadakiss stature yet. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Still new. So, man, that concludes tonight's episode. As usual, man, it's beautiful. You know what I mean? Just building with y'all brothers. Check us out on Twitter at Sense Not Sense. We are on SoundCloud at the 2 Cents Pod. So check us out on there, and the Facebook page is up and running, and we respond to whatever, and feel free to comment, tweet, follow us, whatever, man. Just keep us in the loop. We appreciate y'all listening, tuning in, even if you listen for 10 to 15 minutes, you still listening. And that's it, man. Armand, you got anything else you want to say before we wrap up?
Hey man, all the people, thank you for all the listeners that constantly tune in every time we got a podcast. I want to thank Ray for coming on and dropping that science on the music tip. Zoe, as usual, you guys always welcome on the show. And, we good, man. Like, I just want to make sure everybody's safe out there and enjoy their weekend.
Word up. And we out of here, man. 2 cents in your ear. Blow.
Peace.
Peace.